Good day. This is Doc with Adventures with Doc in Africa. Thanks for joining us again. We've had a great summer here in America, and I've been hearing from my friends back in South Africa that it's cold, and that's why I'm in America this time of year. But the reports that we get from our son and our daughter-in-law is that things are going well. They're busy right now building a new Catholic church at Matre Dei Catholic Retreat Center, also drilling many new wells and lots of wonderful activities going on in Africa. But today I'm sitting back in Iowa with a couple of my very good friends, Steve and Mary Beth, and they've been to Africa with me a while back. And I've just asked them to join today and share a little bit of what they saw in Africa. They've also been over to Kenya, and so they may have some stories from Kenya. Steve is a physician, retired just like I am from active medical practice, and was, I believe, the acting dean of University of Iowa for the Des Moines operation of the University of Iowa Medical School. So lots of wonderful things. And Steve and Mary Beth have been friends for many, many years, and just so happy to have them on the podcast with us today. Thanks for joining us, Steve and Mary Beth. Just introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about each of you, and then we'll just hear what's on your heart.
Great. Good. So I'm Steve, obviously, and I'm a retired internal medicine physician. I served as a dean for the University of Iowa Carver College of Medicine, overseeing their Des Moines branch campus from 2006 to 2023, and then I retired in 2023. We've been to South Africa twice. We're members of St. Francis of Assisi Parish in West Des Moines. So we went once in 2017 with Father Ray McHenry, and we went again in January of 2023. With Father McHenry and a group from St. Francis.
Great. Yep. And little bit, I'm a retired nurse after 45 years, and we have two kids that were blessed enough, married, and live very close to us, and they each have two kids, so we have 4 grandkids. So that helps to keep us both busy in retirement also. But yes, as Steve said, we've been to South Africa twice and had wonderful experiences both times.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Maybe we start out with you just telling us a little bit about how you felt called to go to South Africa in the first place, and then what you found when you got there.
Well, I'll start by saying that we had heard from others at our parish about the opportunity to go to South Africa with Father McHenry, and by going to informational meetings with Father McHenry that you, Doc, attended, and having you tell us about all the wonderful parts of the ministry in South Africa, we really felt drawn and compelled to come and check it out. And we had such a wonderful experience in 2017 that we kept thinking we want to get back again, and it finally happened in 2023. It was obviously got through COVID years and then finally got to a point where we could easily go once more in 2023.
We have loved Father Ray and all the experiences we've had with him. He's actually been over with us 10 times and brought a team each time, even during COVID. He was the only person who brought a team during that terrible pandemic that we all lived through. But anyway, he's one of our very favorite people, and we've had so many wonderful experiences with him. Tell us a little bit about what your experience was like when you were there with Father Ray. What projects were we working on, and what did you find there?
I'll start out with a couple of the ones that really meant a lot to me. Was at the time, it was called in 2017 Days for Girls, and now I understand, then in 2023 was called Girls Matter, period, providing the reusable backpacks, hygiene kits that are in these cute backpacks. and going into the classrooms with these kids, these young ladies, and teaching them how to use this, these supplies so that they never have to miss school again because of a monthly period. So important. But what I loved too was the way, starting out with asking them, what are your goals? What do you want to be? And there's so many of them want to be doctors, lawyers, accountants, business. And they realize then, we kind of say, then you have to really be in school all the time and really do well. And then going into the morality too. And that just meant a lot to kind of be able to share that and then have them pick out their backpacks. And they were so proud as they walked out of those classrooms wearing their darling backpacks and knowing that they wouldn't have to miss school again for that reason.
That is one of our favorite programs, especially the females really enjoy that. And when they see the terrible need that these young girls have and the fact that it's actually so easy to deliver a product that will serve them for 3 years. I think you both probably know Cindy Pierce. I think she goes to your church.
Yeah.
She's heading up that program for us really nationwide. And we keep changing the name of it. It's now Girls Empowerment. And when we travel around the country, church groups just love getting involved. Women's sewing groups love to get together. And now we're having the sewing groups just sew a beautiful cloth purse. And then we take those purses to South Africa and we ask people that are involved with sewing the purses to also contribute $20 with each purse. And then that money is used to hire ladies in Africa to actually sew the menstrual kits. And so I think you saw the sewing center that we had. Hilda, in fact, that's Perfect's mom. Perfect is our producer of the podcast. Right. Hilda runs our sewing center, and the new project that we're doing with Girls Empowerment allows us to employ ladies like Hilda to sew these kits. So we're providing jobs. We're also providing these kits. And like you were mentioning, we teach them about women's health issues and Christian moral values. And it's just an amazing program that's being so well received by individuals and churches throughout America and even Canada and Europe. So it's been a fun one. And keep encouraging Cindy when you see her. Thank you.
Will do.
Yeah. What else do you guys remember?
I think one of the things that I love most about the experience is both times that we came, we got to see different aspects of the ministry that Blessman is involved with. Both times, of course, we got to see the kids being fed at the feeding centers, got to play with the kids and serve the kids, and that was great fun. I think it's amazing the number of wells that Blessman's been able to bring to areas that really are desperately in need of clean water. And the Envirolu toilets, solar powered toilets that work to provide appropriate toilet hygiene, and helping to contribute to build those and then see them be welcomed and used by the community. Then there's the eyeglass ministry. There's the shoes where you get to wash the feet of the people you're providing new shoes to. I mean, there's the baby center. We went to the orphan baby center and got to hold and play with the babies. I mean, there's so many things. It would be hard to point to just one as being the highlight. And I would encourage people who might be watching this podcast and wondering, should I go to South Africa? There are so many things that you can see and do while you're there that will touch your heart.
Absolutely. And I know Steve did mention the feeding center, the Del Kramer, and it's meals from the heartland that are served to those kids. And for me, that really meant a lot because probably several times a year, we're helping to package meals from the heartland here in.
Thank you so much.
Sure, sure. And I enjoyed doing that with other friends, like we would go with Steve's med students, different people. And then it's like full circle, able to see and help to cook and help to serve up and help serve those meals from the heartland. So you really see it from the beginning and to end, and how much wonderful good that is doing.
Yeah, the feeding program is actually the largest program that we do. If you just look at the money we invest in it, we invest well over $2 million a year in value of that food. And that food's all donated. Meals from the Heartland donates all of the food products. Convoy of Hope donates the transportation of getting it to Africa. And then our responsibility at Blessman International is simply distributing the food. So it's a wonderful partnership of 3 organizations that are providing food for 50,000 children. So it's an amazing thing, and it just gives us such joy to be able to do that. One of the more meaningful things that I've been involved with the last few years is building churches. And I think you guys probably were there before we built St. Faustina, the church we built honoring Father Ray McHenry. But up to that time, that was my favorite project that we did. It was so exciting to build this beautiful brick church building out in an extremely rural African village. That the church that was serving this parish before was a tiny little tin shack that is about the size of a 1-car garage. And we were able to build them a beautiful brick building and got the African bishop involved and our bishop here in America involved, and got very excited about building churches. Right. And the following year, we built a Methodist church for Pastor Johanni. And I think you got to meet Pastor Johanni.
Yes.
And right now, today, we're building our 3rd church, and it's at the Matre Dei Catholic Retreat Center. And Dustin poured the foundation for that the last couple of days, and today they started laying the first bricks. So lots of wonderful things, and just we do whatever God calls us to do and whatever He provides for us. But it brings me such joy. Steve, you and I were both active physicians in the Des Moines area, and I've been a bit disappointed that not many more of my colleagues have joined us on the mission field. Mark Kellerman, who's also a friend of both of ours, he's been over, I think, at least 3 times, and I love working with him, and a very few other physicians, but it's been such a wonderful experience to me. I can't imagine why all doctors don't want to go overseas and do some mission work and just give back to communities that have incredible need and can never really return the favor. And so that's where you really get joy, is when you reach out and help people. Did you want to tell us? Go ahead, Steve.
And as you know, Doc, we have created opportunities for medical students to come over and work in the local hospitals that are close to the campus. So they can stay on the campus and be transported to the hospitals where they work, and they have wonderful experiences. Every University of Iowa and Des Moines University student that I've spoke to who's been over to take advantage of that opportunity has found it immensely rewarding and very educational as well. They let them do some things hands-on that they may not get as much opportunity to do in the States, of course under appropriate supervision, but they get to experience and witness firsthand kind of the challenges of healthcare in South Africa. And I wish more physicians from Des Moines would come take advantage of that and go over and kind of learn more about the health system there and things we can do to help, and maybe even help mentor and supervise med students that come over from Iowa.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed that program so much. I'm a little concerned about the future of that program because my son is not a physician. He's a wonderful missionary. He's doing incredibly good work carrying on the ministry. But the medical piece is a little bit of a stretch for him. And so we're kind of studying that now as a ministry. Are we going to be able to continue to offer good experiences for medical students after I'm no longer there?
Sure.
I'm praying that some other physicians will spend more time in South Africa and will be able to carry on that experience for future generations. But that remains to be seen. The rest of the ministry, building churches, drilling wells, all the things you mentioned, they're in good hands, and they're going to continue at least for another generation. Drilling wells is probably our son's favorite project. He went to Ankeny DMAC and Tool and Die. And so he's a MacGyver. He can fix things, make things, break things.
Right.
He loves the construction side of things. And it gives me a chance to thank Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee has helped us drill over 50 wells now, and they've just given us notice they're probably going to help us drill some more in the very near future.
Great.
And I believe in my heart that we have the very best water project of any mission organization in the world, because one of the things we do that I haven't seen anybody else do yet is whenever we drill a well, we also put in a water meter that measures how much water that well is producing. And we put a SIM card in that water meter, and that SIM card talks to our website. And then donors like Hy-Vee can get actual live data of how many gallons of water their wells are producing. And it's just an amazing use of technology that donors really appreciate. And above and beyond that, it lets us know if that well quits working, because in Africa, it's a cultural thing, but a lot of times a well will stop working and they just presume it's finished. In fact, that's a term they use. It is finished.
Oh.
And they don't call us up and say, hey, the well doesn't work. Come over and take a look at it. And it may need a $50 part. And we're committed to keep these wells going. And now that we can monitor them, we're able to. We also, every place we drill a well now, we put them in preschools, and we're trying to put in a garden with drip line irrigation. Highline out in West Des Moines, or actually they're in Grimes, they're providing us with layers, and we give the preschools a little flock of laying hens, so they get water, they get fresh vegetables out of the garden, and now they're getting eggs. So, and they get the toilets and the meals from the Heartland food. So it's a very complete package that we're able to offer. And so it really feels good that what we're doing is sustainable and will help people for many years to come. We've really built the ministry by having people come to Africa. We do 8 short-term mission teams a year, and you already encouraged people to join us on one of those mission teams, and I love it. In fact, I don't know, did you get any of the campfire experiences when you were there, where we sit around the African campfire?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's certainly a highlight at the end of your day, to just sit there around the campfire and reflect on what you did that day. And everybody kind of shares what's your best memory or your best experience from today.
Right.
And it's really fun to see how these things touch people's hearts, and to have us come together in recognizing the wonderful things that we get to see and do over there.
Absolutely.
It's one of my favorite things. For 20 years, Beth and I have sat around those campfires, and we've heard so many Americans come and just see what the Holy Spirit is doing in their hearts while they're there. The window between earth and heaven seems a little more open in Africa than it is in America. And maybe that's just because I'm called to Africa, but I always feel closer to God when I'm in Africa than when I'm anywhere else in the world.
Yes.
And I see that happen to short-term missionaries that come. It's just, I think every one of them have one of the better spiritual experiences they've had in their entire lives.
Absolutely.
And so what a joy it is to see that and just experience it with them.
To experience the joy in the people, Doc, who oftentimes have very little and are so appreciative of your efforts, but also are so joyful. It really does change your perspective on life in terms of recognizing what we all already know, and that is that we are very, blessed in the U.S. But B, to recognize that just addressing simple things like water and food and hydration and sanitation needs can make a huge difference in these people's lives. And so I would strongly encourage anybody watching this podcast, if you've not had the opportunity, it will change your life to go to South Africa and see the wonderful things that Blessman Ministries is doing there, and to give you a healthy appreciation for what you have and how you can give back.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you, one of the things I remember when you were talking about, like at the churches, going to the first time going to Mass, Catholic Mass there in South Africa, and all these beautiful people sitting there. And all, with, as you know, very little, but they're dressed up because it's church. And the Mass is like 2.5 hours long. I hope no one do not get scared away by that, because it is so beautiful, and there is singing and dancing, and the joy comes off everybody there, makes the time just fly. And the kids, the little kids, they are so well behaved in church. And I'm sitting there thinking of like my own kids when they were little, or my grandkids, and they're little, they don't have their little cup of Cheerios or this or that to keep them entertained. They are so beautifully respectful and good, just well disciplined all through church. That I'll never forget that. That just touched my heart so much, seeing that for the first time.
I love that about our African culture. Our cultures are incredibly different, and it's such a wonderful experience to be able to travel to various places around the world and just see the differences in cultures, and we all grow and learn when we do that. South Africa's been in the news a bit lately, and a few people have talked to me about safety concerns. When you were there, was there ever a moment that you felt unsafe?
Never.
I mean,
and that's the same for Beth and I. We take our granddaughter over there, and we love it. In fact, like you were mentioning about the materialism, it's such a great experience to take American children to South Africa and let them see these kids that have nothing that still have joy in their hearts.
Yes.
And it just has an incredible impact on our youth. And so hopefully we'll have more and more families bring their children when they come. So any last words from you guys?
No, just I would echo that, Doc, because the one thing we did experience both times we went is we did have some children with us on the trip. And the kids in South Africa flock to the children, of course. They are especially drawn to the kids.
Yes.
And it's really fun to see how the South African kids want to play with, hold, tug, give a hug to the kids that come to visit. Yeah. So if anybody watching this podcast has children, and certainly adolescent children,
teenagers,
please take them. It's a wonderful opportunity, and they'll have a wonderful experience.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, you guys have done a great job today. Thank you for giving us your time. And more importantly, thank you for coming to Africa. And thank you for all you're doing in Kenya. We didn't get around to that, but my heart's in South Africa, but I also appreciate what you do in another beautiful country in Africa. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Doc. It was great visiting with
Doc.
you.
Our pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.